Da, da, da. So Banshee is introducing our new frame, a new hardtail called the Anomaly, which is based on the same foundation as the Paradox and the Enigma, with the nice vertical compliance built in through our forgings and post-machining design. But the Anomaly is just, it's a slightly different bike. It's a very versatile frame. It's really designed for borderline adventure riding, you know, epic mountain bike rides, but can also be just ripped all day, you know, or short rides. It's designed to be whatever you want it to be in a hardtail, really. The Paradox is a bit more designed around sort of harder hitting style riding with bigger forks. So this one we would recommend 100 to 150 mil forks. Quite a range, but it's quite capable of working across that range. And also I could see a lot of people opting to run it with rigid forks, either sort of bike packing style steel forks with bottle mounts on them and stuff. It would actually work really well with that. It'd be nicely balanced. The frame compliance matched with the steel fork compliance is quite well balanced. But also I can see a lot of people probably going for something like a carbon, rigid carbon fork, keeping a nice lightweight, nimble, sort of fun bike. We've been testing these frames in California over winter, and builds have varied from like sort of traditional hardtail mountain bike sort of vibe to full-on drop bars, 700C wheels. You know, you can build it as you want it. Would I call it a gravel bike? No. Gravel bikes tend to be more like road bikes with aero vibes and stuff like that, and limited tire clearance. But could you ride gravel on it? Absolutely. Could you put a gravel wheel set on it? Yep, fine, no problem. The frame will be much stiffer laterally, so it'll be great for efficiency. And I could see people going sort of, you know, you could go gravel front suspension with whatever really would suit your local trails. And that's what it's about. We don't want to define how this bike can be built. You know, you can go riser bars on it, normal mountain bike. You can go drop bars, flat bars. You can bike pack with it with some, you know, there's multiple bottle mounts. On the medium there are 3, and on the large and extra large there are 4. And you know, there's space to put tools, extra bottles, bike bags, whatever you want. If you want, you know, some people won't run any of that. They'll just run maybe a single bottle. That's fine. It's a hard one to define, and people ask me how I'm defining this. And I don't really like defining bikes. I think you know what you want for your style of riding, for your local trails. And I think this is a great hardtail option for basically anyone that wants a bike to pedal wherever they want to go. I mean, it's not designed for doing rampage. It's not designed for, you know, gravel bike racing, perhaps, but proper adventures, riding with friends and just ripping trails. Yeah, ticks all those boxes. It's got ISCG of 5. You can run all sorts of setups with chain guides, even tensioners if you wanted to go single speed. You can. It's got a 148 rear end. The frame comes with the headset, pre-installed, tapered zero stack, much like our Paradox already does. And yeah, it's a mountain bike. It's kind of how I define it. One thing that's new for the Anomaly is that all the frames we're calling raw, just because we've previously called frames raw, which are actually have tinted clear coat on them. So we're going raw with these. There are only 100 being made at this stage, so they won't stick around forever from this production, although we will be running more at some point. The raw finish is, well, it's quite beautiful, really. It's very sort of industrial chic. Each frame is hand finished at the factory, sort of brushed to make sure it's sort of tidied up after manufacturing, made nice and clean, and everyone's slightly unique because of that, with different brush stroke angles across the frame. These frames will oxidize and develop a nice patina over a period of time. I personally got some raw frames that are prototypes that I've had for years and still ride, and it gets a nice sort of smoky effect, sort of white smoke vibe across the alloy. Every frame will end up being unique because of the patterns of this oxidation. It's not like rust and steel. It doesn't corrode through the frames. It's very superficial, so it doesn't affect structure whatsoever. And personally, I really like it, and a lot of people comment on my bike and think it looks cool. But be aware that this will happen. It's just a natural process. There is obviously the option where you can polish your bike, get rid of it all, keep it looking brand new. No problem doing that. It's just personal preference again. So yeah, the Anomaly, whatever you want it to be.